Have you been in a situation that seemed hopeless? A situation where you were desperate for a change, but you feel stuck? In 2 Kings 7, we see in Samaria, we see there was a famine. And the prophet Elisha comes and says to the king that tomorrow there will be abundance of food. And one of the officers didn't believe that, but there were 4 lepers. These 4 lepers, they thought to themselves, if we stay here, we're going to die. If we go to the enemy's camp, they might kill us or they might keep us alive. So they decided to go to this enemy's camp, and when they were walking there, God made the footsteps of these lepers to sound like chariots and horses and a great army. And the enemy left everything and ran for their lives. And when these lepers got to the camps, they found gold, silver, clothing, and food. They ate from one camp and they left to go and hide. And then they went to another camp again. And then they thought to themselves, okay, this is wrong. Let's go and tell others. This story, I love this story so much because it tells us that God is the God of the impossible. God can do the impossible. When the odds are against you, when nothing seems to be working for you, God can still do it for you. He can provide. He is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you ask or think. Nothing is too hard for God. A day before, nothing looked to be working for them. But within 24 hours, there was a supernatural change. And who did God use? God used the 4 lepers. These men, they were sick, they were hungry, they were not like big people. They were sick. They had leprosy. So they are walking to this camp. I can imagine they're not even making so much noise because they're also scared. But God caused them walking, caused the enemy to hear a great army marching, a great army, horses and chariots coming against them, and the enemy left everything. Sometimes you feel like you are at the end of yourself. You feel like you cannot be used by God. But if God could use these 4 lepers to provide for the Samaritans, if God could use these 4 lepers to really bring a breakthrough to the whole city, I can tell you, and that was under the law, how much more now under grace. God can do it for you. Be hopeful, be positive, keep expecting the big things from